Hello, hello. Sorry. I was sitting here listening to the Christmas music and totally spaced off that I promised 8 o'clock. Hang tight here. It's Tuesday. Hopefully I caught some of you. I know we usually do this Wednesdays, but hey, gotta mix it up, you know? Keep you on your toes. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. I know Frank and I just got back from a walk. It's so nice out. Let's see here. Just gonna check. Ooh, I see people. Yes. Hello, Diane and Peggy and Julie. We got a couple projects tonight. I'm at work. Well, yay. Thank you for taking time out, Julie. Oh, and I see Darcy and I see my beautiful mother. Hello, all. So you get two for tonight. So I'm going to show you how I made this gorgeous card. It's easier than you think, but we're going to talk about some techniques here. And I'm also going to show you this one some of you might know about. Hey, Diane. I'm going to show you how to make these cute boxes. I know these have been around for a while, but sometimes I think we forget about them. And if you've never seen them before, you're in for a real treat. You can make these in any size. And I've done a couple, but I'm going to show you how this actually works. I can't wait to see. I know I made some. Yes, Mom, she did. Mom did a very good job on hers. So first I'm going to show you this box. So it's a triangle box and you can fit treats in it. All you have to do is kind of squeeze the opening, but I like them because they're super, super easy. So if you've never seen that one, I'm going to show you quick before we get to the main event, right? I was thinking we might need to give something away because it's Christmas, right? Okay, so I am going to actually do a red one in honor of Christmas. So I've got real red. So you can make these any size, like I said. The trick is to measure how big of a box. Oh, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. It's going a little bit nuts with the music. Okay. So this one in particular, I didn't want to waste any cardstock. So I started with a piece that was 4 1/4 wide and then 11 long. So it's just the size of a normal card. And I'm going to do that one so you can see how this one goes together. So again, 4 1/4 wide and then 11 long. And all you're going to do is take your cutter and I'm going to score halfway the length of the paper. So I'm going to score at 5 1/2. Okay, very easy so far. Now the next step is going to be to take a pencil and you're going to find halfway between your width. So if I've got 4 1/4, it's going to be 2 1/8. So what I'm going to do is come down here. I always doubt myself, right? You know, I'm right, 2 1/4, and you're going to put a mark. Just a mark. Hopefully I'm on the camera here so you can see. And then one up here. And it's just so we know what to aim at. Okay. So now, so just a little mark. And you're going to score from this point to this corner. Very, very easy. So I'm going to line this up. And you'll see, oh, jeepers. It's been a long day evidently. So as you see down here, so here's my halfway mark and there's my pencil mark. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do this on all 4 sides. So we got 2 on this side, 2 on that side. So let me mark this up. Okay, maybe. Okay, so as you see, hopefully, gosh, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, no, I can see that. So here's your triangle that we're going to start with. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. How many of you that have this cutter, when we're scoring, we grab the wrong one? How many times, and you always catch it right at the end and you're like, no. Oh, I saw Miss Twyla. Hello, my dear. I'm glad you could join us tonight. Okay, so we're gonna score this. Okay, so you've got this pyramid looking business. So you're gonna fold it in half and then we're gonna fold these lines. And it's that super easy. okay? And then it goes together like so. So if you've never seen these, that's how easy they are. So you can make any size you want. Hey Tia! And I love them because they're super easy. So what I'm gonna do is then put adhesive there. I'm gonna put this around because we're done with the cutter. So I'm gonna grab my snail, okay? So I usually pick one side to put my adhesive. So we're only gonna do this side, not that side. So I'm gonna put a little strip here and a strip here, okay? So I've got adhesive on each side. So now I'm gonna close these in and do like so. How cute is that, right? So then, what treats do you put? Oh, it depends on the size box that I make in Julie. I'm gonna show you 2 different sizes. Do you guys remember this handy dandy tool? Crop-A-Dial. I like it because it's got 2 different size punches that I can use. So I'm just gonna sneak this in here. And I like to, I haven't put ribbon in mine yet. So I'm just putting a hole on each side. Let's see if we're doing this right. And I like this because they don't even have to be even on this side. We're just trying to get it so it stays shut. So let me grab some ribbon here. And of course, let's see here. Oh, this will work, yay. Okay, so when I'm done, this one I was thinking about putting Hershey Kisses in because it's quite big, but I'm gonna show you one that I did for M&Ms. So all you do is put your treats in there and then you put your ribbon through the hole here and on the other side. I'm gonna leave enough so I can cut. I usually just do a knot on mine because you know they're going for the candy, right? Yes, these would be cute decorations, right? Because you could actually take this and put it in so you could hang it on someone's door or yes, on the tree, and there's gonna be treats in there. Aren't they cute? So that's a Christmas. I'm gonna show you 2 ones that I did because I like to use these not just for Christmas time, but I gotta show you this one first because it's my favorite. You ready? Isn't this stinking cute? So you'll hopefully recognize this stamp on the tree. So this is that stamp set you could get in November. So what I did was measure the width of my stamp, and that's how the width I knew I needed, and then just measured the top of the tree. But look at how tiny it is. And look at, there's tiny little M&Ms in there. So I can seal him up. But isn't that cute? Stinking easy. So I also wanted to show you that it's not just, I'm not done with this one yet, but you'll get the gist of it. So it doesn't have to be just Christmas. Look at this stamp set. I haven't had this one for a while. This is called Special Celebrations, but it's cute just to have if you want to do something good, a birthday treat. I'm toying with putting a bow on there. But how cute, right? So I promised, stinking easy treat holder, okay? If you make these, I would love to see them because you know I like to see what you're up to, okay? All right, so we're gonna put those up there. So we're getting to the main event, right? You're dying to see this card. All right, so here we go. We're gonna break it down. And actually, if you notice up here, and I'm gonna take a picture of this, because a lot of you say, hey, what color did you use on that card? Or what do I use to do that technique we were talking about? Look at, I made a project sheet. So I will post this so you can see all of the colored inks and everything we used to make this card tonight, okay? So what we're going to do is start with, we're gonna be using sponge brayers. I'm gonna get this up here because I'm gonna go crazy with, put my snow on. So as you see, these are really cool because if you haven't seen these in the big catalog, these come in packs. You get 2 handles with 4 of these sponges. Is that the technical thing? I'm gonna call them the pyramids. Oh, Marty, you crack me up. You seriously do. Okay, so these sponge brayers, like I said, come in a pack. You get 2 handles, 4 of these. Now those that came to class are gonna know these are actually ones that we use. So they're very easy to clean. Granted, we're using really dark colors tonight, so they're stained just a little bit, but it won't come out if I should change the color, okay? So then the next thing we're going to do is, let me look here. I'm missing my paper. Bear with me. I had my paper cut. Here we go. Okay. So when we're sponge brayering, I'm going to put a piece because I get a little crazy with my... I'm here to entertain you, Marty. You know that, right? So I like to start with, and actually when we were doing this card at class, there was controversy on if we should start with light or dark, because if it's light, to me, this is a night scene. But we did have some people that started with light up here and dark down there, which to me is the sun coming up, or maybe the moon going down. Whichever you so desire, I'm going for a nighttime scene. And actually across the road from where we live, we have stick trees like this. So I was actually watching one of the first snowfalls, and I like the reflection off the snow. So that's what I was going for. So I'm going to start with Balmy Blue. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with, ooh, I just about forgot. Somebody should remind me, we need the moon, right? Hang tight. Let me cut a moon here. So we have to cover up so we keep that white spot. So I'm just going to cut it out. You like that? To order. I'm using my order sheet. I was getting low on gold paper and a cherry ink pad. I wanted to get a new one. So now you saw my really fancy to-do list, right? Okay. So when you're gonna mask, as you see on here, I was using a Post-it note, so it's sticky on one side. I typically like to lay it, because I'm left-handed, I usually start this way. So I like to put the sticky towards me so it's going, the paper's not gonna come up as easy. So, and then we're gonna place, let's see here. Okay, so that's gonna cover up our moon. And now I'm gonna get some blue on here. Like I said, I like to start with the light first, and I'm just going to go back and forth. No rhyme or reason to this. And those that did this card can contest to that. And I like to rub a little bit so we can get some of those spongy looks on there. Okay. And my snow is going to cover up the bottom. I'm just going to swirl this around to kind of soften those marks. Okay, so there's our first layer. Okay, and I'm going to lay this aside because I might want to come back with the light. So now I'm going to take Blueberry Bushel, okay, ooh, and put this here. And this one we go pretty dark because I like to have that nighttime sky really vibrant. Okay. And then back and forth, back and forth. And what I like about this, you can be the person that decides how dark you want it, how light you want it. It's just getting everything to blend together really good. I think that's what really makes this card, because, I mean, nature, we got those points where the light hits and we want to see those definitive marks. So that's what I'm kind of going for right here, where like the horizon's meeting the ground. Okay. Ooh, it's looking pretty. Isn't that the blueberry? Oh man, it's such a pretty sky. Now, okay. Love this card with the... Oh, Marty, good for you. You know, you guys, I hate it when you hoard your cards. You got to give them away. Okay, so I'm taking Night of Navy, and I'm going to take one of my really gross sponges, but it doesn't matter for this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and give some definition to some darker spots, just to get those really nice hints that you see in the dark. Or maybe it's like, what is that, right? Hopefully the camera, I'm not watching the camera, so I hope it's not, I'm wiggling the table, because here's another trick is I'm pushing fairly hard. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I use my thick cardstock, the harder you press and the quicker in circles, you get really soft looking texture. See, isn't that cool? Okay, you ready to see what the moon does? I think I'm okay with that. this is the exciting part because it gosh darn glows. Cool. Okay, so we've got our nighttime sky. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this away. Ooh, look, I get 2 stars tonight. I didn't get anything on my fingers. Marty and Mom, I know, and probably Alicia might be watching. We looked like Smurfs when we were making these before. I didn't even have to come back with more color. Okay, so now we have our nighttime, so we're gonna come back and do our trees. And did you guys, I know I've said this, I can't help it. They held this over, so we get to use this a little bit longer. So I'm gonna be using the stick trees out of here. Okay, and I like to use Memento because it is waterproof, and I use it for blends. So to me, this is my go-to black ink pad. And I like to use my larger stamps like this so I can see where I'm putting my ink. Okay. So make sure I get these trees all good and inked up. Put that there. So now I want to make sure I'm hitting that moon because I think it's prettier when you hit that moon. Okay, I'm going to push really hard. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this stamp up, okay? And I'm going to move it ever so slightly over without re-inking it. And the reason why we do that is we get really nice and pretty shadow trees. So you get that depth of the sky. Oh, look at there. It's looking good. Now I like to do one dark one over here. Let's see here. So we're gonna put some ink on this tree. I like the trees on the moon. Okay. Let's see if we can get this right. Okay. This card is deceiving because it looks harder than it is. Isn't that cool? Now, to me, it looked like a hot mess down here, but we fixed that with the snow, right? So what I do, because they were making Christmas cards, they were making a lot of these, I cut a piece of Dazzling Diamonds paper as big as the card, okay? But in the framelets, where are my framelets here? There is this handy dandy, oh, right in front of me here. There was this one. So will cut our snow for us. And what's cool is if we cut the paper, if we make it just right, I'm gonna just cut these apart and you'll have snow for 2 of your cards. So you can really mass produce them, okay? And then we're going to just glue that. See, doesn't it just, oh, it's so pretty. Let me glue this down. Let's finish a card online, shall we? Because I always start them and then I never finish. Okay, so I'm gonna use some Tombow. And we'll glue our beautiful snow. We need a little bit more snow in Fargo-Moorhead because we're back to seeing gross brown ground, hard brown ground and ice, right? Okay. So pretty. Isn't that? Oh, it gets me every time. I'm sorry, but it's pretty cool. So now I'm going to just teach you something about the snow. So I'm going to bring my scratch paper back because guess what? You know, I've seen this. I keep showing this, right? You have to have this in your arsenal. I came up with a new concoction. So this is actually straight alcohol ink, vodka if you want. I was using rubbing alcohol. But I'm putting white craft ink in here. I'd say probably 6 or 7 drops. Now, if you've played with craft ink before, it is the consistency of whiteout. So it's pretty thick. But I also added a couple drops of the shimmer paint that you know I love. And if you did not hear, that actually got held over too. So our frost white and our champagne will be around for a while too. So I'm not done using that, right? Okay, so now I've got craft ink in here, shimmer white, and rubbing alcohol. And you really want to shake it. Now, when we were using this at class, we found that it was getting clogged a little bit. All I did was unscrew this, go run it under the tap, because that craft white, again, is so thick. It just plugs it up. So I'm going to shake this really quick. Is it snowing on your card? You're funny. It's going to snow on my card, Marty. So I'm going to just squeeze this to make sure it's coming out. And I'm going to hit this. And I know, Marty, you're going to love this because she hurt her finger doing this. Right? And I'm just hitting it. Now, if it hurts your finger, look at here, just hit a hard surface. Now, you can't see my whole table. You want to make sure you're doing this in a controlled environment because I'm getting white all over my table. But look at what it does. It makes the most beautiful, perfect snow. And when it dries, you can see the shimmer of the shimmer paint. Cool, right? Another way to use our craft ink, and that's just a craft re-inker. Okay, so to finish this card, all I did, Marty, if you're still watching, look at here. So this is actually a stamp that we got in our paper pumpkin kit. So these are my paper pumpkin lovers, my fans. Go find your stamps because we got this one. I love this font. This was actually, I think, 2 years ago maybe. And then this I cheated. I did use a retired punch, but this is easy to replicate because you can just tear the sides. But I love using ivory and white together because if you notice that it pops better off the snow than if we used white. So this is very vanilla with cherry cobbler. So cool. Hopefully you loved it because I think it's awesome. I know Marty was asking about sunsets or sunrises, so I'm going to try that over the Christmas holiday, but it is a fun technique and very easy to do, and just the sky's the limit, so yay. So I will post pictures of our triangle boxes, and I'm going to post this. I will not be doing Facebook Live for the holiday next week because we have, of course, we want to celebrate with our family. And I think what we'll do, we need to give something away. I think I'm going to go dig in the treat drawer for something really good. So here's what we're going to do. I want to hear your favorite holiday traditions. I know ours for a couple years now. As a family, we have been going to the movie, which we absolutely love. I think this year we're fighting about which one, though. The boys don't want to go to Mary Poppins Returns. Mom and I want to go to Mary Poppins Returns. So we'll see who wins there. But go ahead and like this video and tell me what your favorite holiday tradition is. And I'm going to go dig deep in the drawer because my drawer is getting full of goodies. So we'll give something away. I will draw. How about I draw Saturday night? And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I do have one other thing to add. I forgot. Stampin' Up! Surprised us again. And yesterday they updated the clearance rack. So if you go to my Shop Now button on the top of my page, so when you're watching this video, go to the top of my page, Shop Now and go to the clearance rack. There are some goodies in there for 50% off. And they're only going to be there until they run out. So thank you very much for watching. Merry Christmas, and I will see you probably the following week, and we'll see if we can get a Wednesday night in there. So thanks for watching. Have a great night.